The Golden Bachelorette's Joan Vassos and Chock Chapple's holiday plans could cause a breakdown in their relationship. December 28, 2024. Hello, Bachelor Nation news fans. Welcome back to the channel. The Golden Bachelorette Season 1's winning couple Chock Chapple and Joan Vassos had some major holiday plans, but their differing opinions could cause a breakdown in their relationship. Throughout the Golden Bachelorette Season 1, Joan was having a hard time figuring out what she wanted. While the series was happy to have her as the lead after her brief but memorable appearance on The Golden Bachelor, Joan was somewhat indecisive as she moved through her time on the series. After being married for over 30 years, Joan was struggling to find her footing in so many new relationships on screen. Joan's time as the Golden Bachelorette did yield a connection with Chock, who she felt a spark with from early on in the season. While Joan was still getting to know the other guys on the show, it was clear to Bachelor Nation that she was interested in Chock from the beginning, though they didn't always see the charm in him. Chock came off as a much more isolated person than Joan, and Bachelor Nation wasn't happy to see them engaged during the finale. Despite their disappointment, Bachelor Nation has followed along to see Joan and Chock's post-Golden Bachelorette journey. Joan and Chock have struggled to deal with long distance. While the Golden Bachelorette finale was just over a month ago, Joan and Chock have spent the majority of their time together throughout the season and after its end. Once they were able to open up to the public about their relationship, the couple felt better about the criticism and backlash they'd been facing. The Golden Bachelorette wasn't easy for the pair to watch back, but they seemed to enjoy the aftermath of the season once they could be together without hiding. Though they've been together for weeks of the postseason, Joan and Chock have struggled when they have to be long distance. Happier when they're together, the pair have been working through their issues as they've encountered them. But when they're apart, it's harder to communicate. While Joan and Chock have been ever-present online, in their day-to-day when they're dealing with long distance, it can be difficult for them to find common ground. Joan's holiday plans with Chock have been kept quiet. As Joan and Chock got closer to the holiday season, they quieted down online and stopped posting as much. While some Bachelor Nation viewers were concerned it was because of communication issues, Joan and Chock revealed that for the 2 weeks leading up to the Christmas holiday, they were apart. Sharing it was the longest they'd been apart in the past. The couple seemed to have struggled with figuring out their plans and making things smooth for their large, newly blended family. Joan's holiday plans with Chock were purposefully kept quiet. Joan and Chock are having a hard time agreeing on what's next. Although Joan and Chock appear to have a nice holiday together, the couple is having a difficult time figuring out what's next. After the Golden Bachelorette finale, they revealed that they plan to go back and forth between her home in Maryland and his home in Kansas before settling down in New York City in the future. But Joan's ties to her grandchildren and Chock's ties to his business could be too deep to overcome. The couple may be facing issues that Bachelor Nation doesn't know about, which could wind up taking a toll on the Golden Bachelorette relationship. Throughout the season, Joan's indecisiveness was a recurring theme. She grappled with balancing her desire for companionship with the vulnerability required to open her heart again. Amid the challenges, one connection stood out: Chock Chapple. From early on, it was evident that Joan felt a spark with Chock, even as she explored relationships with other contestants. Though Joan was drawn to Chock, his reserved demeanor and lack of charisma on screen left some Bachelor Nation fans skeptical about their compatibility. Despite the mixed reactions, Joan and Chock's relationship culminated in an engagement during the season finale. Long-distance love, a persistent struggle. Since the show's conclusion, Joan and Chock have faced the realities of maintaining their relationship outside the controlled environment of the Golden Bachelorette. While their engagement marked the beginning of a new chapter, long distance has proven to be a significant challenge for the couple. Joan resides in Maryland, where she remains deeply connected to her children and grandchildren, while Chock's life and business are rooted in Kansas. The duo's post-show appearances and social media activity initially painted a picture of a happy couple. However, behind the scenes, the strain of long distance has tested their ability to communicate effectively. When they're together, Joan and Chock reportedly thrive, but their time apart has exposed cracks in their relationship. The holiday season, in particular, has brought these issues to the forefront. Quiet holidays raise questions. As Christmas approached, Joan and Chock noticeably reduced their online presence, sparking speculation among fans. While some assumed they were taking time to focus on their relationship, others feared it signaled deeper issues. Joan later revealed that she and Chock spent the 2 weeks leading up to Christmas apart, marking the longest separation they've endured since their engagement. The couple's decision to keep their holiday plans under wraps added fuel to the fire. While Joan and Chock eventually reunited to celebrate Christmas together, their quiet approach raised questions about whether they were avoiding scrutiny or struggling to align their visions for the holidays. Joan's desire to prioritize her family and Chock's obligations to his business have created tension as the couple navigates the complexities of blending their lives. A blended family's growing pains. Joan and Chock's relationship comes with the added challenge of blending their families. Joan's grandchildren are a central part of her life, and she's made it clear that her connection to them is non-negotiable. Chock, on the other hand, has adult children who are supportive of his relationship with Joan, but live far from Maryland. The holidays highlighted these dynamics, as Joan's focus on her grandchildren clashed with Chock's preference for a more intimate celebration. Sources close to the couple suggest that Chock felt overwhelmed by the large gatherings Joan enjoys, while Joan struggled to adjust to Chock's quieter approach. These differences have led to difficult conversations about how they envision their future together. Future plans in jeopardy. When Joan and Chock got engaged, they shared their tentative plan to split their time between Maryland and Kansas before eventually settling in New York City. However, as they've delved deeper into their relationship, it's become clear that this plan may be more aspirational than practical. Joan's ties to Maryland are deeply rooted. Her grandchildren's milestones, from school recitals to birthdays, are events she refuses to miss. Meanwhile, Chock's business in Kansas demands his attention and limits his flexibility. Moving to New York City was meant to be a compromise, offering a fresh start for both. Yet the logistics of uprooting their lives have proven daunting. Without a clear path forward, Joan and Chock risk being pulled in opposite directions. Communication breakdown. One of the most significant hurdles for Joan and Chock has been their communication style. Joan, accustomed to expressing her feelings openly, sometimes finds Chock's reserved nature frustrating. Chock, in turn, struggles to keep up with Joan's emotional transparency, leading to misunderstandings. Their time apart over the holidays amplified these issues, as text messages and phone calls failed to bridge the emotional gap. During a recent interview, Joan admitted that navigating these challenges has been harder than she anticipated. "We're two very different people, and that's part of what drew us together," she shared. "But it's also what makes it tough. We're learning as we go." Bachelor Nation weighs in. As Joan and Chock's relationship unfolds, Bachelor Nation has been vocal about their opinions. Fans who were initially skeptical of Chock's suitability for Joan have expressed concern about the couple's ability to weather these challenges. Others have offered support, emphasizing that every relationship requires effort and compromise. Social media has been a battleground for differing perspectives. Some fans argue that Joan and Chock should have taken more time to build their relationship before getting engaged, while others believe their love story deserves a chance to flourish without external judgment. Amid the noise, Joan and Chock have tried to focus on each other, though the pressure of public scrutiny remains a constant presence. What's next for Joan and Chock? As the new year approaches, Joan and Chock face pivotal decisions about their future. Will they find a way to reconcile their differences and move forward together, or will the challenges of blending their lives prove insurmountable? For now, the couple seems committed to making their relationship work. Joan has hinted at plans to visit Kansas more frequently, while Chock has expressed a willingness to spend extended periods in Maryland. Both acknowledge that compromise is essential, but the question remains, how much are they willing to sacrifice for love? Lessons from the Golden Bachelorette. Joan and Chock's journey is a reminder that love, especially later in life, comes with its own set of complexities. The Golden Bachelorette showcased the highs and lows of their relationship, but the real work begins off-camera. As they navigate the challenges of long distance, blended families, and differing lifestyles, Joan and Chock's story continues to captivate Bachelor Nation. Stay tuned, Bachelor Nation news fans, as we keep you updated on all the latest developments in Joan and Chock's relationship. Whether they thrive or falter, their journey is far from over, and we'll be here to cover every twist and turn.